Michelle Ortiz specializes in life-size murals. Her murals are extraordinary narratives about important social issues like education, poverty, and immigrant life. Michelle is a second-generation Latina who uses her unique position to understand the problems of her community and empower them through her murals. She has over 5 breathtaking mural works in the city of Philadelphia alone. Michelle is a recent recipient of the prestigious Leeway Foundation Art and Change Grant and has exhibited her paintings and prints around the world. Michelle invited me to her fabulous studio in downtown Philadelphia to learn more about her extraordinary art. So Michelle, thank you for having us to your beautiful studio here in Philly.
Thank you for coming.
Now, you initially started off as a studio artist, right?
Yes.
What made you take to the streets and start becoming a muralist?
For me, I think what I really enjoyed about doing my work in the studio was that I started telling the stories of my family and being able to create or bring to life these stories that I heard as a child. Mm-hmm. And for me, being able to do the murals is a way to really expose these stories to the rest of the community and public. Anyone from any social class or race or someone who has never been exposed to the arts is able to see this public work of art and be able to have some type of a connection to it.
Through many of her murals, Michelle Ortiz aims to empower communities, sometimes collaborating with them, offering them an avenue to express their feelings and emotions. I asked her about a momentous trip to Juarez, Mexico, where she used her murals to enliven a depressed community. You've been asked by the U.S. Embassy to travel internationally to sort of to bring your murals and your narratives to other cultures. Can you tell us a little bit about your trip to Juarez, Mexico?
The whole purpose for me to be in the community, the specific community I was working with in Juarez, was to be able to begin to bring people together in this space that represented destruction for them. Mm-hmm. The community in 2006 suffered really drastic floods where they lost their homes, some of them family members, their possessions. Mm-hmm. What was great about this community was that it was kind of a healing process to be able to alleviate, the sense of loss that they had, but at the same time begin to really shift the questions of, well, what power do you have as an individual, and how does that affect your community? And so, we began to create these images of representing destruction, recuperation, the presence of violence, but also change, individual power, liberty, hope, union, and at the end, future. Mm-hmm. So it was just a really beautiful concept of just how we came to the development of that design.
With parents from Colombia and Puerto Rico, Michelle is a proud second-generation Latina, deeply integrated and constantly in touch with the problems of her community. Michelle explains that providing a voice to those who need it the most is perhaps her most important task as an artist. Now, Michelle, in your opinion, what is the role of an artist?
In my perspective, the role of an artist is being an explorer and also being a person who documents what is around them. The role of the artist is also to be a catalyst for change. And so being able to do that through my artwork and also give voice to these communities that feel, especially the immigrant community, that feel disconnected, that feel pushed away,
right.
That feel that they have to leave their traditions and culture to assimilate,
right.
in order to progress. And for me, it's quite the opposite. It's basically trying to say, here you are, you have this voice.
Welcome.
Yeah, and speak.
Right.